Hey there, Selective Collective. This is Kim. Today, with a little message. Really, you're you're the Selective Collective because you actually enjoy some of the things I talk about. It's not for everybody. I understand that. So, I'm waking up today. I'm drinking my coffee, and the message comes through to me because I've been reading the Dead Scrolls Bible, and the message comes through to read Joshua. I don't know what Joshua is about. I didn't remember Joshua, so I read it. It was not long at all. Kind of had to do a little research on it too. But what was weird about was I opened the book after I get that message to read about Joshua, right? And I'm looking in the beginning and I'm looking at the index, and it's like there's no markers to tell me where this book is. I understand that it's near Moses, so I think it's going to be in the beginning, but I don't really know. And then I just go like this, and it goes directly to the Joshua chapters. So I know that this wants to be out here somehow, some way. There's got to be a message. It's a very short chapters. Few chapters. It's about this is the person that took the commandments in the Ark of the Covenant from Moses, right, across, and he led the people through the desert for 40 years. So you know about this story. You know about being in the wilderness for 40 years, right? And this Ark of the Covenant came with them. Also in the story, he is instructed to divide the 12 tribes. Just getting on the main points here. There's a few miracles that happen in relation to conquest. I can see a direct connection as I'm reading as the power that's found within this Ark of the Covenant and being able to conquer enemies. Okay. So I guess and I have something else to add to that about being able to conquer your enemies that I found within that book. So we have Jericho, and this one is probably the most popular story that you've heard. They encounter this the city Jericho, right, and they're told about basically how they're going to burn the city down, and there's a plan, there's a strategy in place, but it involves either this is like a miracle, it might be even some sort of technology that they had that's associated with the Ark of the Covenant here. I don't know, but it really feels like it might have to do with also technology, because they're instructed to, they have like 30,000 soldiers. That was like a lot, maybe it's not a lot in the terms of war. It seemed like a lot to me, but so he is instructed, or God has instructed, for half of the soldiers to be at the entrance, I guess, where they're instructed that the wall is going to just fall down. There's just going to be a miracle. The wall will fall down. And then have other half at the back. And so when the wall falls down, this commotion, and they're told to blow through these trumpets or horns, like I said, technology, maybe, but they're told to do this. So then the earth shakes. God brings the walls of Jericho down, and the enemy is going after this group that's in front that has the ark, and they're told not to say a word, just to turn and to run. So at that time, then the other soldiers they have come in, and they're told to burn the city down while they're being chased. That's how they're going to do it. Okay, so that's that's a big miracle. Of course, we know that the sea parted, and that's also a miracle. I think they were able to walk into Canaan because of the sea parting. There's another miracle. And then, like I said, there's a verse there that talks about being able to defeat your enemies. And it says something, I didn't write it down, and I don't know it word by word, but it's something to the extent of, in order to defeat your enemies, you must figure out what it is that you personally have been devoting to in your life that has caused you destruction. And then you must destroy that. You must get rid of that devotion. And that was in order to receive God's blessings in your life, the land of milk and honey that you know is promised to you. There's an emphasis on, okay, what's that thing that you're being asked to turn off or to change in your life in order to make room for the blessings that are wanting to come into your life. And so devotion to improving yourself and discipline is you know how I could see that as turning out to be like miraculous things will happen for you when this occurs or when you do this. Okay. Yeah, so that's, I mean, that's what I got out of that. It was interesting. But after I read it, I was like, well, that's very short. It's very short. And you don't really, it doesn't really delve into the character of Joshua as much as I would have. So it's more about those big events. Interesting. He also defeats a king or a city named, get this, the spelling is AI in that book. He defeats a king, from a city that's named A or AI. That was interesting to me. Yeah. Oh, okay. So anyway, weird connections with stuff. Weird connections. Maybe a message for this collective. I saw that. I saw the surrender. Yeah, it says surrendering to the divine plan. Surrendering to let go of, well, if we're going to talk about the message, then maybe a let go of anything that you've been devoted to that is not on your path meant for you, that you would already know. That's surrendering to God's will for your life. Awakening to, wow, we're getting like the same messages I got in that other reading for you all. But focusing on clearing your house out. Remember the, if you were here for one of the ones recently, it was about opening the drapes to that one room that's still dark in your house, you know, a tidy house, getting things clean. Maybe it's about detoxing the system, the energies in some sort of way, and cleaning and tidying things up for clarity, for your own energy cleaning. It can be physical that helps assist in this clearing too. Ooh, I have crown games. I have the right use of power. The right use of power coming through. Beautiful. I love that. The crown to be given to the one that is worthy to wear it. Get ready for your crown. That's why you have to clean up. Get ready for the crown. What is it in your life that you need to forgive yourself about or others? Repairing the veil, forgiveness. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. The right use of power. Who has the crown? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. There's something that is to be cleaned up within you so that you can surrender to this divine plan, because the goal of the plan is for you to wear a new crown. You have to repair something. Maybe it's a worthiness issue. There's some sort of belief to repair within yourself, or something to forgive within yourself for the many years that we weren't so devoted to all of this, you know, improvement, divine plan, a better life. Yeah, me talks. That makes sense. See, a me talks, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. And I was instructed to pull out this health deck too from Archangel Raphael. There's a focus. I know there is with me right now. There's a focus on health. So, I mean, I'm thinking that we're collective. So it might be, you know, it might be your focus too. Is like, you know, there's a lot of things that I can't control right now, but the things that I can control to make myself better, or to help myself in any way, like I've got to do that. Yeah, so this is about giving yourself that needed time and attention. Love. It's about loving who you are. Repairing your body, mind, and spirit. And there's another word here, repeating with repairing. Repairing the veil and repairing the body, mind, and spirit. I need that candle. Is it a candle? Let's put this over here. Repairing, repairing. Tell me about crown games, please. Tell me more about crown games. Whoa. Woo. It's just me, myself, and I. But all right until I die. I got that. Fire inside. I don't know what that's about, why I just said that, why that song came in, but it's because of this big focus on showing yourself so much love and kindness and compassion at this time so that you can be repaired on some level. You're being repaired because, goodness, Source God Creator here, your angels, your higher self, want you so badly to wear this crown that you deserve. You have to crown yourself first. You have to allow yourself to be crowned. So you have to show love and the utmost devotion to helping yourself. I'm just going to improve and feel accomplished. Even if accomplished here is going to mean you just relaxing and trying to let go of some stress, feeling things, even when they hurt. I don't know. There's a big list of what this can mean to you. It's also that you are crowning yourself in spirit so that this physical crown could go upon your head. And it is bringing overwhelm and plenty, overflow. Once you do this, something is going to flow. Once you repair this, I don't know what this is, but once you repair this within yourself, then you're going to see why you deserve to wear that crown. And you're actually going to feel it within yourself that you deserve this. You give it to yourself. And then the world reflects it. The world is going to reflect it. The universe will play with that energy with you. I asked a question the other day, kind of in my mind, of does God really care about my happiness? Because, I can get really into the scientific things of energy and this is that and this happens because this happened and but I got a clear yes to that. Yes, your happiness is valued. Your happiness is an experience shared is what I got. And so, but it was loud. It was loud and it was clear. So you're being prepared for an overflow, an overshowering of all good things. This is your land of milk and honey, right? This is the promise to you. Tell me about the tidy house, clarity, and organization. It's also a 1, associates with the Magician card in the Tarot, which is how you create things, how you manifest. Oh, wow. How you manifest. Here, number 42, the net caster. Anything you want. 42 to 43. The net caster is a card very similar to the 9 of Pentacles, but it may even represent the 10 of Pentacles, because this is like, it says preparations come to fruition. So that makes sense. It's like, that's why we must clean house. And look at the house as yourself. It's because you have preparations coming to fruition. And remember, when you cast your net, the faith in that multiplication God principle we have when it comes to fish catching. What you need will always be there, and once you believe it should be there in plenty and will be, then it is, and multiplied. So it's not just about beliefs, it's also about those beliefs that we have to let go of in order to make room. A lot of times we have contradicting beliefs that we have to constantly be working on. Especially in regards to money or finances. what we define, as being worthy or feeling worthy. And it goes vice versa, and how a certain thing or a lack of a certain thing can make us dip into unworthiness feelings. And so here we go with an automatic feeling of a belief that you don't know that you're still holding on to. And so I'm just here to point that belief out to you. When you have a feeling come about that makes you feel bad, sad, a plan's not working, God's forgotten me, this makes me not feel successful, that is incorporated into a belief that you have. That is from a belief that you have. That feeling. Mustn't let that feeling encroach on the belief that you actually hold the strongest. Because this is a very dualistic world. We are not, your belief system too is not black and white, though you may think it is. It is not. You can tell this by the feelings that come up that are associated. Just a good example is the ones that are associated with not having that success immediately, not having what you want for a certain thing. Whatever feeling comes in, analyze that belief and then say, not going to let that define me, and I don't like how that makes me feel. Therefore, that belief needs to be switched up, changed, or acknowledged in order to change. Yeah, sometimes we just need somebody to say, hey, point this out. Okay. Tell me about surrender. Tell me about surrender. The fates. Oh, and surrender to deep quiet, stillness, and meditation. In the deep quiet, where you find yourself, you listen to your body's rhythms. You feel everything going on, like every emotion that you're processing, you feel it all. In that deep quiet and that stillness. And in that deep quiet and stillness, you can also release it all. Most of the time with just the power of your consciousness and your thought. I don't know if you've ever had a severe ache or pain throughout the day, and then you're able to sit down, get into a meditative state and say, I'm going to turn off this pain that I'm feeling. And then you're able to do it. But it took that stillness. It took that meditation to get to that area, right? Yeah, that's why it's necessary. It's necessary. I have skywriting the fates. I love it. I mean, talk about a beautiful message for you all today. The skywriting the fates is literally when something is written in the sky for you. There's luck, there's prosperity, there's wealth here, there's all kinds of different runes here saying you're protected. Saying that you have some sort of fortune coming in. This one right here saying that you have a major caterpillar to butterfly moment going on with transformation. You've changed. You've different choices coming up. And this is why you're being asked to surrender anything you're devoted to that has been causing you destruction in your life. Surrender it. Why? Because the fates wants to step in. And if you don't surrender it willingly, you will be put in a situation where there's a struggle, where there's a reason why you're going to be forced to drop that destruction. You'll be forced. And then you'll ask Spirit, why is this happening? And they're going to say, because we had to bring the tower in because you wouldn't do it yourself. And I'm truly talking to the Selective Collective. I'm talking to the ones that are not here because they feel favored. They're here because they chose to answer a call. But not everything is organized, tidy, and cleaned up for you to actually step into the full glory of that role. Myself neither, So this is what this call is asking you to do. Because once you answered the call, then you were lined up. You were lined up with something. skywriting, something in the fates, something that has your story, like being as old as time, you know, meant for you. How it comes. So when I look at the fates, like I can tell you it's inevitable, it's going to happen. But we don't always need that tower moment in our life to get it to come. I, for some stupid reason, have always had to have that stupid tower moment myself. I'm trying to advise you so you don't have to have that. All right? I don't want you to go through a tower. That's what I've got for your main messages. I love these messages, so I'm going to pull from the health deck to see. Do not let this replace any health advice. You know that. But if something rings true as a message from Archangel Raphael here through this deck, reach out to your own spirit guides and ask for confirmation always. Always with all of the messages I get anyways. All right, I have asked your body for a message. The me talks make sense. Dear body, please help me hear your messages. Archangel Raphael, please guide me in honoring and respecting my body's needs. And I said, I think you find that in the deep, quiet meditation and stillness. Oh, good I have. I have prayer works and I have stay positive. Dear God, Archangel Raphael, thank you for hearing and answering my prayer. Stay positive. Thank you for helping me be optimistic and take appropriate actions that support my health at this time. Detoxification. With the me talks makes sense. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for clearing up my body, or cleaning up my body and my life so that I might lead a healthy life free of chemicals. Massage. Please help me know I deserve to receive massages. I do deserve that, Spirit. Where is it? I'm just kidding. And other self-care treatments. I have avoid allergens here too. Please help me in identifying and avoiding allergens that might be toxic to my health and happiness. Help me to only crave healthy foods and beverages. Ooh, it's just me, myself. I don't know why I keep saying that. Me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. It's G-Eazy. I should give him credit. Sorry. The song's just in my head. In my head. Zombie. All right. Stay positive, huh? Stay positive. What else? You're going to overcome spilt milk and be able to leave some accidents or regrets in the past. Something that cannot be changed is like time for cleanup within yourself. That's going to be put in the past, the way that it came out. It'll be put in the past, something to end. Yes. 5-5. Ooh, those are big changes. I'm going through changes. Earn, loss, death, forfeiture, grief, closed up, bereaved, breakup, collapse, remove, dismantle, change of state, setback is done, it's over. Look at this. This one says it's over. This one says it's over. There is something that is over, and it feels like it has to do with that thing that needs changing, that thing that and it can be like I said, if we're holding on to something that is of a worthiness wound, from an accident or regret or something we did in our past, then it's about that. If it's an actual substance or a vice, an addiction, then it's about that. You would know. And if you don't know, it would be answered through meditation and prayer, I feel. Most of the time, people know their own truth, though. When they, yeah, you can have certain things pointed out to you. such as beliefs that we don't realize we're holding on to. Those things can be pointed out, but most people do know their own truth, right? I have the sword and scales. Truth, justice, by the book, hear me out, and integrity. This is about integrity too. Yep. Stay positive, because they have the balloons card. Truly, this is your truth, right? Fun, freedom, high vibe, relief, rising up, ascension, higher perspective, cheerful, let it go, and attaining goals. As I'm saying attaining goals, I have very likely at this time the situation or outcome is likely to occur. And then I have heart and home, happy home, security, love, kindness, family, belonging, bliss, contentment, comfort, established, fulfilled, legacy, your heart's desire. What else do you have? The map. Map. They're saying map of your body too. So they're giving me strong indications of meditations that allow you to focus on, I don't know how to say it, but because I'm not like a meditation master, but body awareness. I don't know. There's probably a different term for what I'm talking about when you're tapping into exactly how each part feels, being able to kind of like pinpoint areas that we need release in. So, but the map says exploration. Also says new territory. Plan and prepare, I think, are important with this map card, because the planning and the preparation is within you. And you could feel like those people back in, the time of Joshua, you could feel like you've been through a damn desert and it's been 40 years. And trust me, those people cursed. They swore. They were not happy on this journey. They were not always happy. And that's usually what happens, is that there's an awakening that comes in. It changes your connection with spirit. It increases it. It increases your connection with God or a divine plan. Sometimes it can lead us completely in the opposite direction and then brings us back to it. Whatever you choose, I mean, it's all your choice of what you want to believe in. But if you choose to go on the path that is going to light you up to God's blessings, and then that is about being the best of you possible. And that time is not easy. It's a time of transformation, sometimes years, sometimes major lessons we didn't realize we had to even learn before we got to this point. But you're supposed to get through it. You will get through it. And you will be promised the land of milk and honey. That is what you will get. I think a lot of the stories that I read about, not just in the Bible too, by the way, I read other religious texts, but a lot of them seem to be talking about this individual journey that we go on in life. Carrying the Ark of the Covenant, carrying those things that mean the most to us, our values, and making sure we're in alignment. When we're in alignment with our own Ark of the Covenant, then we have great power. We have power to defeat any enemy when we're in alignment with the things we actually believe in. Oh, the olive branch. Olive oil is used to anoint. It's said to be have a very mystical quality, able to ward off demons. The battle is not of flesh, right? You've heard this. The battle is not of flesh, it's of spirit. That's where it lies. And boy, when you answer a call, sometimes those other spirits answer the call just right alongside with you, They're meant to challenge you getting to your goal. And in a way, it seems like that's how things are set up here, right? But you get through this challenge if you stay in your truth, because your truth is that divine, glorious you that is always anointed and protected. That's what I'm seeing here with this. It does say peace, de-escalate, ceasefire. And India and Pakistan also just had a ceasefire. So beautiful. Thank you, Lord, for stuff like that. Thank you for bringing peace in the areas of our life, but in the physical representation of what's going on inside us, outside in the world. May that be a sign that things are getting better within each divine individual, you know. My Spirit is saying you have the tools. You have the tools. Things could go either way, 50-50 at this time. And the reason they're saying that is because you have the tools to build and to construct the life that you want. You have the tools, the abilities, spiritual gifts to know instinctively what is best for you. Like I said before, without having to have a tower moment. So when I see the 50-50, I think decision. Your choice, your decision. Are you going to use the tools? You have them in your belt. You have the spiritual tools for it. You have the anointing. You have the protection. But if there's areas where we have opened a hole or a portal that has allowed something to come in and make our tools worthless or useless, then it's not going to work. So it's going to be your choice. And I know from experience that happens. When you allow a gateway, you open a gateway and then you wonder why. Well, it's just a little portal. It's just a little gateway. Still a gateway. I have the baby. I have cardinal, which represents new beginnings, rapid growth, fresh start. Unlimited potential, innocent, continuing the legacy, needy, warmth, purity, a new phase, birth of a child, and vulnerable. Ooh, and that bedroom card. And the master card on the bottom. Coming out of your wilderness or your alone period of isolation, I think the way that this card came out. I think for a long time here, we could have felt these energies. Okay, so this might be, I still feel some of these energies too. So it might be some things that we're still going through. Maybe for the purpose of this repairing your mind, body, and spirit. So remember that too. Lonely, confined, detached, remote, secluded, to go within. Insulate, disengage, close off, kept apart, quarantine, island, segregate, separated, divide, disconnected, and sequestered. Bedroom, sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, love affair. Sleep, contentment, leisure. Nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis. Travel, astral travel, dream time, and call it a day. You're going in a different area and Spirit wants you, your angels want you to give them your luggage. Give them your baggage. Don't take any with you. There's a new phase here. You have excess stuff that we're carrying with us here. All right, so we have some heavy burdens we're dealing with, but we need to be prepared to go to the next phase because you have a long journey ahead of you. It's going to be something you're going to like, though. We have the map because you're being protected and supported as you're in between two things, suspended, waiting. You're finding recovery here. It does say take a time off, pause, and relax if you can. Feeling like we're in limbo or having to deal with self-actualization, which is deal with it. I don't know why I said it like that, because I don't think it's easy. I don't think it's easy. Rings, contracts, agreements, bonds, strong connections, a partner, a counterpart, unions, lovers, telepathy, like-minded people, committed partner, engaged, interconnected, and a soulmate. I have the summer months here, which could be Cancer, Leo. Well, let's see. Let's do it like this. June, July, August. I think of summer months, those being the main summer months. At least for us. So, changing. At this time, this situation is in a state of change. We still, and we have it on the bottom again. So it is wanting to come out. It's the summer card. It says the mother on it within 3 to 6 months. So there's some type of significant changes coming in for your summer months for that June, July, August. Things will be upgraded in your life as your mind, body, and soul are repaired. Life is restored back to better, actually. And then here again, they're repeating a message, so I'll go to a different deck. The coin toss, which means it's your choice. taking a chance. But taking a chance on what you know is the right thing, which would be to focus on yourself and repair everything, that I don't think you're going to go wrong. Do I think you'll be tested? Sure. Because like I said, when you answer the call, so do the demons, but so do the angels. All right, and speak of the angels, I'm going to pull from this, having patience with yourself on the bottom. This is the deck of heaven or hell. The fallen angel on one side and the higher order angel on the other side. Stepping into grandeur and stepping away from ego and hate. I like that. Knowledge of good and evil. And physical and moral imperfection. But this is the knowledge. This is you. Okay. Since you ate from the tree, you now know what was divine and what was not. What was you and this was not you. You already know. So that's your knowledge of the good and evil. Some people could call it a conscience. Contemplation. And then here's this other energy. I want to talk about him. Voile. This is a fallen angel number, Goetia number 47. And 47 is my favorite number, but it's my favorite number to defeat this one. Higher order angel would be here to Asalia. But this fallen angel will make you feel like you have impossible plans, or lead you during a labyrinth. Okay, and so there's going to be elements of self-destruction tied in to, oh, this is how this is going to make it work. And they may even make you think that something is going to work if you get into the energy of something's a little destructive, like it could be hurting ourselves, but this thing will be like, no, this is how you're going to make it. This is how you're going to get in this, for whatever that means for you. They will lay out impossible plans. They will also drop it in your mind that anything divine or good or holy for you is going to be impossible for you to manage. But that is a negative like force. You can't let them tell you anything. So contemplation here, making sure you really think. Four of Swords is coming to mind with that. Yeah. Think about what's helping or hindering your plans. Take refuge in the divine. Yeah, indiscretion, untruth on the bottom. So take refuge. That is where you are safe, right? Taking refuge is where you are safe from the battle might still be going on, but in the glory of your own divine self, you are protected, and you find refuge in yourself, in your spirituality. Things are coming to fruition for sure. There may be in a time when you forgot who you were here, and this could have been an influence too. There's a fallen angel here associated with you forgetting who you really are. So this is things coming into fruition. And then I have the new beginnings card on the bottom. And that's what I have for you all today. Thank you for joining me. Consider hitting the like button if you liked it. If you need a private reading, that information is in the description box below. And bye.